Groves. I am the coach of the lovely Lotads, and today I'm going to be analyzing my game against some Montelimar Gengars. He is Kalista Fulla, and this is PGO Week 2, the Champions League. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly run you through the matchups, right? So, since this is my own game, it's going to be sort of my perspective, the whole thing. As you can see, I have this disgusting core of Pex and Pharaoh, which basically means that I basically wall half this meta because there is no HP in this meta game. And another really interesting thing is that we aren't allowed more than one item, the item clause. So that means I could quite possibly run, leftovers on Pharaoh. And the good thing is I have Black Sludge, so I can even run that on Pex because the majority of my time in Zapdos is going to be going into heavy duty boots. So I just decided that it just made more sense. Now, looking at the matchup, I was really, really afraid of this one Mon, Mr. Komo. Last season, this Mon single handedly destroyed me. I was like 4-2 up, and then this Mon just came in, Clanker sold, and basically screwed me. And so every one of my mons was strategically built to handle that. So I had Zapdos specifically with Hurricane, just so it can like hit him harder if it was at full HP. Pex is an entirely specially defensive set. That was just my whole game plan. I knew Scolipede was going to be a really big threat coming into endgame. Mandibuzz was, I don't know, I knew it was going to be coming because it's only basically Mandy, Clef, and Heatran are his only basic. Clef is way too versatile, so you never know. And considering he has Mudstale, he has Slowking, it made more sense to bring a defensive Heatran. So I didn't really think he was gonna get Heatran because Heatran basically gets walled by this entire team. If not walled, gets steamrolled. Unless he's running a Magma Earth Power set for Pex, Data kills it, Mamo, Keldeo, everything just runs through. So, I mean, anyways, I'm just going to go through my team. So, I decided that I was going to run Hurricane instead of Heatwave because it hit Kumo, it hit Clefable pretty hard, it hit Mandy, it hit everything else pretty hard. It also hit Slowking, which Heatwave wasn't, but I mean, I have Thunderbolt for that. And it also hit Mudsteel, that was the main reason. Heatwave just wasn't hitting enough. CV Mamo rolls to this entire team. Literally everything gets rolled over, including Slowking. Keldeo has a really, really good matchup against this team, so it basically like wins as long as Slowking is out. But I mean, obviously Slowking was going to be a bitch to deal with, so I put on Toxic on Keldeo. It's a spec set normal. Pharaoh had a Choppleberry in case again this stupid thing was physically offensive instead of I don't know, just in case, or in case he threw out a. I honestly don't know. I'm just really scared of Komo. Tita is a standard, specially defensive set with a Lumberry in case anyone decided to para me or burn me, and then we have Pex. Okay, so getting into the game, right? He doesn't bring the fucking Komo. Like, how do you not bring? I spent all this fucking time prepping for that damn Komo. It never came. I was surprised to see Heatran. Everything else was pretty much expected. So, anyways, I led with Keldeo. I was hoping to see a Heatran or a Mudsteel for a possible rocks, etc. But a Clefable came out, and I thought I'd just throw out a Scald, so I just did. And then Slowking came. Yeah. And so this was sort of like trying to condition him into thinking I just have a Scald. So he teleports out of there. Heatran comes in. Now, I had no clue what this set was going to be. So I scouted with my Tita. And it turns out to be specs because my Tita is max per def, max health. So this was sort of like difficult to deal with because I didn't have EQ. I removed EQ last minute and I put on Crunch instead because I didn't think he was going to bring Heatran. And so I went straight back into Keldeo. Now this Mudsdale is heavily defensive, and now he was conditioned to go back into Slowking, so I knew I was going to throw Toxic right here. start slowly crippling down this thing. Because this is gonna be like, if this thing is out, I basically win with Keldeo. It's a spec set. Nothing on his team is particularly fast apart from Scolipede. He makes a really good play here. I mean, the only play you could teleport out, scout. In comes big heat run. I just have discharge and hurricane. I don't really have anything else. I'm just gonna speed this up actually. Or is the speed okay? It's fine. Okay, the only switch I have is Tita, who is slowly getting crippled down. I don't have any recovery. I do have a. I mean, I should have put a Figgy berry or like an Agua berry, but I didn't. Uh, he comes in. Now, my thought process right here is that either Slowking's coming in, right, and I can knock him off, or I don't know. I have I'm choice banded. Ice Cream Crash destroys his entire team, everything except these two, Slowking and Heatran, and just didn't make sense. So, I mean, I just had to go for the knock. I really thought Slowking was going to be coming in. Guess not. And this thing hits me for the Boom Blast. That takes about half. Now, Mamo's so good in this matchup. I don't know why I let it get so low, but I did. And now here is the biggest misclick of my life. Okay. Now, I had a full ass like Toxapex right there. It was max speed def, max defense. I wanted to go to Pex. I was literally hovering over Ferrothorn and I just clicked it by mistake. I had no reason not to go to Pex. Flamethrower wasn't hitting me. The moment Clef came out first, I knew for a fact it was going to be a CM set. I don't know why the fuck, I don't know what was going through my head, but anyways, I clicked Ferrothorn by mistake. And there goes my Ferro, and then he gets lucky with the burn, of course. Yeah, so he's just chilling right here. He's wishing up, like basically looking really bad for me. I get up a spike so that this Slowking coming in keeps getting crippled, so that eventually, because my Scald did I think around, yeah, it did like 25. So with the spike and the rocks and maybe not that much of and the toxic, eventually I could bring the Slowking back down. But obviously, I think for him, he was gonna have to prioritize defogging away the hazards on his side. So yeah, it's looking really good for him right now. My Tita is really low. My Pharaoh's gone. I have no resist for Scolipede. Literally nothing. It's thinking literally sweep me end game. There we go. Heatran's back. Tita's gonna be coming in. No, talks Specs. Yeah, okay. So this is Specs. Right. I was scared he was gonna throw out an Earth Power, so I was really reluctant of going to Pex. But this worked out in my favor. Clef comes back in. Yada yada yada. Keldeo was a bit of an aggressive play because I didn't want the Clef to get a wish back. I threw the Air Slash out because Air Slash has about 30 to Slowking, so it was definitely going to 2-hit KO when Slowking came back in with the Toxic, with the Rocks, and the Spike that I put up. And it hit everything else apart from Heatran relatively high. But I didn't think he was going to let his Heatran come in and take too much damage. Zapdos was a good make-down play. He goes for the defog. It's pretty straightforward. Now he goes on a Mudslave, and this is why I got Hurricane, because it's just gonna hit this bit so hard. And yet this thing is so annoying. I don't like this mon at all, dude. He's gonna Toxic me eventually. Yeah, so he goes for the Toxic. Now this Toxic ends up being really important later, being so important. I mean, I just feel like status as like a concept in Pokemon is just so cool. Like I live on paras, my entire first season here was just basically getting para hacks and then doing it to other people as well. Anyway, so I get up rocks. Slowking is at 88, so it's pretty much healthy again. Clef comes in. I'm gonna go for gonna make it slightly faster. Yeah, I go for the para because para hacks is my favorite, and then I start throwing out stone edges. And this one's gonna basically bring me down to. Tita is a really good mon, dude. I don't know why people don't realize that. It's such a good mon. And now I'm gonna get some para hacks. There we go. Okay, and Mamo comes in. And now another really good. He has a Corbo Berry, which is really good prep. And my Mamo was effectively dead, which is a really stupid play on my part because it basically rolled through his entire team. Slowking's weak, but now Keldeo comes in, gets a flip turn in. That was a good play. I can bring back in Tita, try and get some momentum. I don't want to basically go to Tita means that he doesn't get to get Clefable in for free. He doesn't get to get the Slowking back in for sleep because I was scared the Slowking was going to come back in, regen all his health back, get out, basically warn me for the entire game. I had Crunch on Tita specifically for that reason, which I hadn't revealed yet. But he goes for the right play, he goes to Mandy, he goes for the U-turn. Outcome Slowking, so I guess it ended up working out in his favor anyway. Um, Zapdos comes in, this thing's gonna die in 2 hits. It's pretty straightforward. I think Zapdos is the greatest mon alive. What a good mon. I ran 72 EVs in its speed stat so that it could outspeed Heatran. That turned out to be pretty clutch, I think. So Pex is just chilling here. He's just defogging away the rocks. And yep, now that big boy Slowking is gonna come right back in, regenerate all his health. Such a stupid, like, I hate regen mons so much, and it's, considering that I'm using Pex, I still fucking hate them so fucking much. So I don't really have a play here. I'm basically stuck. I have nothing. The Slowking basically walls me, unless I bring in Zapdos. If I bring in Zapdos, I don't really know. Good thing is Zapdos hits everything. Like I have really good coverage, but it's toxic, and it's too early for me to bring it out right now. Now right here, I'm too fucking scared of the Scolipede because I hate betting reverse swept. I hate it. I hate it. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just chilling. All I'm gonna do is click haze. I don't care. Kill me. Do whatever the hell you want. He played this game really, really well, by the way. Like he made all the right plays. He made all the right calls. There wasn't too much unnecessary lag. Like this was a really, really well played game. And there we go again. Sorry. I'm just hazing away. I think now he finally decides to just kill me off. Yeah, after this turn. I'm not letting you get any. It's not happening. I just sat in there for like 3 turns. Yeah, and now my Pex is dead. Okay, so now that I've stopped him from setting up completely, I go into Zapdos. I decide to roost up, which was the right play. This Toxic's a piece of shit, by the way. That's why. So now again, I understand that Heat Wave would have been better in this situation, but I mean Hurricane hit everything else. It was just made more sense and honestly helped me out. So I decided I couldn't take the chance because discharge at that range did about 55 to 60. It wasn't killing him. I didn't think it was worth it. But at the same time, I thought he was gonna switch because I was roosting up. I didn't think he had anything to hit me with. So if he's running, say he was running Facade, right? Like it was just weird. Like Facade, why would you run Facade? Although it was really good prep considering it's a Zapdos, probably get staticked up, probably get parried, exact. You don't really know. So I decided to throw this discharge anyway, and I got a 31 roll on Heatran, which is tough. And now I'm in a really bad position because Zapdos is on 72. This thing can come in whenever it wants. It's LO. It has Earthquake, Facade. Its third move is probably not going to be Rock Slide. It'll probably either be a Poison Jab or a Mega Horn for a stab move. This thing is at 94. This thing is at 33. This thing is like whatever 64. No rocks are up. I'm in a bad position here. Keldeo takes fucking 44 from this Specs ass piece of shit Heatran, and I miss my F slash. So 2-4, the disadvantage is really low, and I mean I just get lucky, I guess. Not really, but yeah, I got 30% is like it's fine, it's okay. I get lucky again here though. I get a nice little flinch. No, I don't. Sorry, I don't. Future Sight is basically just giving me my end. I'm basically dead at this point. There goes Big Keldeo right after this. Future Sight's such a broken ass move, dude. Such a stupid move. I don't like it. Yeah, and now it's all up to my Zapdos to win. So he kills the Slowking. Great. Now again, Discharge doesn't kill Scorpion at this range. Only Hurricane does. And then there's a chance he Swords Dances instead of hitting me with the Facade because Facade is going to hit me for what, like 25? So the best play for me was to roost up regardless. So I roost up here, and he does the Swords Dance bullshit, setting up destruction. I hate these kinds of mons, dude. And he does 46. So I kill him off. I connect the Hurricane. I didn't miss a single Hurricane. It was beautiful. And now it's the perennial turn. Okay, fine, fuck it. Heatran's specs, and it's modest. I did the calcs. Now Zapdos has a 5.6% chance to do more than 34%, and the roll is between 30 and 34. And I knew I was faster because I ran like 72 EV speeds in this. So it was basically, it just came down to whether or not I get the roll, and I do end up getting the roll. So basically, it just means that Zapdos is the greatest mon alive. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry this is the first time doing something like this. Probably not going to do it again. See you. Tata. Bye bye.